Good evening. Let's call this meeting to order. Minutes. Guys had a chance to look them over. Any additions or corrections?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. All those in favor? Yes, Lord.
Hi, Laura Dangle, 425 Klein Road. I would like to ask the board if I can reserve the right to ask a question pertaining to the first item on the agenda when it comes to business.
What do you say, Paul?
Well, I mean, these questions on agenda items only at the front of the meeting, so the question is, I got a question, this is the time to ask it.
Yeah.
Okay. Will the board be reading through all of the bids that were submitted and giving specifics as to what that item is, or are you just going to simply read the item on the agenda and make a motion? Are you going to
No, we're not going to go through.
explain it?
We're not going to go through all the bids.
Okay, well, I'd like an explanation to be given, if possible, as to the top three bids, exactly what the nature of the work is, where the line is starting, where the line is ending.
That was all laid out for the bidding purposes, correct? So, that was all given to everybody that bid on there.
Okay, but this is for the public's knowledge and the public's information.
We're not reading through the whole thing.
Asking for an explanation of what the bid is to be awarded, what the top three bids were. There's been no public bid opening. You had a public meeting? You did a bid opening here?
No.
No, you didn't do a public bid opening. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Anybody else? Viola? What's your name?
What's up?
Hey, you.
Hey. Alright, you can see our 2 gallons pump of water right at the top there, pretty consistent in comparison to last month. Chlorine residuals seem to be pretty or higher than what they have been pretty much across the board. These warmer weather's coming up, we can expect that to drop until the interconnect's completed. But right now we're all looking pretty good. Starting April 1st, so we had CL17 maintenance below by pump station and Hillman pump station. Trying to keep those in tandem so we can talk about it at the same time. On the 2nd, Robinson Street lift station called out for a high water alarm due to heavy rainfalls that we had. Just kind of went out there to double check. Last time started doing stuff like that, it was calling because the transducer failed. So we're operating normally. We just had to wait for it to pump itself down. On the 3rd, we had data one call for excuse me, Robinson Street and Hedgie Street for a gas main replacement. April 9th, reached out to AWA and Westview Water Authority regarding chemistry interactions potentially with the water line change. We spoke with engineers about it, still looking into what's going on. Have a composite sampler set up for the free cyanide zinc sampling that we're doing. The SC 500 preventative maintenance performed by Hawk Hellman Pump Station. That's our monitoring water. April 10th, collected and delivered the free cyanide and zinc samples. Updated the lead and copper service line inventory. That's going to be a repeating theme pretty much in the next couple months. The EPA, DEP are requiring a lead copper service line inventory list. It's, I think, in reaction to what happened in Flint, Michigan. Mm-hmm. So we just have to prove that it's copper or plastic or whatever the material is. Trying to do this at least once a week, locate curb boxes that we don't have data for or don't have reports for. So it's just going to be a recurring theme. The reports come forward until October 14th is the deadline to get all this stuff done. On the 15th, we did leak detection for 306 Patriot, confirmed the service line was leaking going to 307. It's copper service line inside those plastic sleeves, so it's been an issue ongoing. Took a lot to get them tracked down. We had Hispanics come out. They were extremely helpful. Once we repaired it on the 16th, we confirmed, yeah, it was our leak, but we were hearing it, clear to the entire system. We could hear the thing, so that was throwing us off. Hispanics and them took a couple of tries, but we finally got on it. April 17th, UCMR 6 for an online seminar with EPA. They're not quite done with UCMR 5, but this is just kind of what's looking forward. We were able to attend. They're looking at potentially narrowing down PFOS, PFOS, for Gen X chemicals and some other bacteria things that are coming up as available. But there is no definitive thing that they're looking at yet, any contaminant. 18th, PA1 call for Jackson Boulevard for a French drain installation. 22nd, Carriage Drive flusher was in on. Battery died and the detective cap was not unlocking. Changed the battery, replaced it. That was in tandem with the road department fixing that storm culvert. Excuse me. 23rd, BFMA record call regarding pump 1 overcurrent issues at the Hillman pump station. We ran this before. Power goes out, generator kicks on quicker than the pump is energized. It just throws a issue with the pump. Simple on or off with the breaker, fixes it. It might be something to look into and see if we can maybe set the delay for longer before the generator kicks on.
Currently, it's supposed to match phases before it switches, but that's not perfect.
Set up the composite sampler for the free cyanide and zinc sampling that day as well. 24th, collected that sample and delivered it. Again, updated the lead and copper service line inventory list. We had a PA1 call at Saddleport for a Porsche replacement. 26th, mission battery was replaced a little by pump station. The 29th, we did some warehouse housekeeping. We've had a complaint on 306 Patriot. They're unhappy with the sidewalk. Apparently it leaves too much of a lip in the driveway, the apron. Working with Eric, Eric Zelsnick, who did the concrete work for us for the restoration on that. Also trying to work with the resident, give them options as far as they want to do. Reach out to you guys later as far as what we want to do. They do choose to say, hey, let's go ahead and throw some cold patch down. I got some prices. Just talk about later. Bulldog Drive, repaired that flusher. That was the one I was kind of having issues with over the winter. Wasn't too keen on working on it. Replaced the bottom operating valve. It's working fine for right now. Just kind of keeping an eye on it. 30th, I attempted to repair a water leak inside the warehouse. I had an issue with the check valve in the ceiling. Working on trying to see if we can't maybe change some gaskets on it before we got to cut it out because it's sweat in. So just trying to do smaller stuff before we gotta start cutting things off. And then again, updated the lead and copper service line inventory list. You can see attached is the water, calling the water main break, but it's service line break at 306. You can see our sewage flows. They're pretty much in line with what we have been going. The Harvey Run side's a little down, but it's nothing to be concerned about. We'll get all our rain at the beginning of the month, not so much later on. You can see our flows on the back, and then also there are a spreadsheet for the zinc and cyanide results. They've pretty much been in line for the last 3 weeks, about the same number. Well, not quite the same number, sorry, but they're pretty much within what we expect every month now. The zinc is either at or below protection. Sorry, if I said zinc, I meant the free cyanide. You guys got any questions? Other than that, that's all I got.
Thank you. Engineers.
Okay, going to the report. Westview Water Interconnect Project. Update this month, so the meter building was delivered. That is on site. Contractors coordinating with Westview Water and the building vendor. That's ongoing, so hopefully that'll wrap up here. ARPA reimbursements number 6 and 7 were submitted to Beaver County, and we do have pay request number 8 from Alex E. Paris Contracting in the amount of $136,492.19. We do recommend approval of that, and that is on the agenda. State Route 989 waterline extension, so the resident easement correspondence is ongoing, so we're corresponding with some of the outstanding easements. And then we did provide, so you had sent out to potential, I guess, property owners that abut the proposed water line, a notice that water service will be available after the water line is constructed. We did update that letter, including what the final tap cost would be based on what your bids came in on for those services. So there is a cost savings there if anybody's interested in obtaining service. So that's in the letter. That'll be issued. UDE Freedom Crossing, just correspondence on the easement there, so we expect to get that signed for the 989 project, but that's it. 9th Street waterline replacement, no update since the last meeting there. EBMA, cyanide and zinc. The March progress report is included as attachment B. And if you look at that letter, attachment B to economy, you can see the total zinc and free cyanide. They're below, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're both below. They're both below the economy limits, so some good news there. And then with the change in the Westview water and the total zinc, we'll be monitoring that compared to the samples Veolia has been gathering at the customer plumbing fixtures too. So the water system master plan, we're working on that project, and with 989 bidding wrapping up, we'll be working on the master plan more here in the next coming months. So the 2023 local share account funding, grant applications were submitted to CFA. We're waiting on notice on those still. We expect that'll be September. Community project funding, applications were filed for Big Knob Road waterline extension, Hardy Run Road area waterline improvement project. Those were prepared and submitted by the deadlines. Then the Roble property sewer availability, we did review that in the field. I'll have a conversation with them on the different alternatives, and we'll probably issue a summary letter. So that's the plan there. I was hoping to see him here tonight. So unless there's any questions.
No, I don't have any report at this time. No, I don't have anything for a public session. I would ask for an executive session at the end of the meeting to give you a litigation update.
Okay. Treasurer's report.
I've got the balance sheet, budget, where pretty much our income and expenses are where they should be. It gives a list of the checks issued for the month. And that's all I have.
All right, do I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I'll make a motion to accept the treasurer's report as written.
I'll second.
Motion second, all those in favor?
Aye.
How about a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion to pay the bill.
I'll second that motion.
Motion seconded, all those in favor? All right, moving on to old business. First thing under old business, a motion to award contract number 23, W1S State Route 989 Waterline Extension, Balloon Pine Construction. For contract A, alternate number 2, in the amount of $2,611,369.50.
I'll make a motion to award contract number 23-W1 State Route 989 Waterline Extension to Lone Pine Construction Incorporated for contract A, alternate number 2, in the amount of $2,611,369.50.
I'll second.
Have a motion and second. On item number 1, all those in favor? Aye. Number 2 is a motion to approve or deny the Alex Paris contracting. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, because whoever makes the motion is gonna do it
Yeah,
again.
thanks.
I'll make the motion to, to approve number 2, number 8 in the amount of $136,000, $136,492.19. The interconnect to Alex Paris Contracting, contract number 22-W1.
I'll second that motion.
Have a motion and second. All those in favor? Item number 3 is authorization for engineering.
I'll make a motion to authorize engineering to prepare and submit an application to Beaver County to obtain reimbursement for partial payment number 8 made to Alex E. Paris Contracting Company, Inc. in the amount of $136,492.19 for contract number 22-W1, which is the Westview Water for the interconnect.
I'll second.
Okay, motion been seconded. All those in favor? Aye. All right, item number 4.
On item number 4, I'd like to make a motion to authorize engineering to prepare and submit an application to Beaver County to obtain reimbursement for municipal authority for engineering services on a contract number 22-W1 for the interconnect project in the amount of $202,855.71.
I'll second.
Motion second. All those in favor? All right, item number 5. Ratified community project.
I'll make a motion to ratify the preparation and submission of fiscal year 2025 community project funding applications as submitted by engineering this month.
I'll second it.
Motion seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Anything else under old business? New business. Motion to authorize engineering to determine O&M costs for the Meadowcrest Development sewage collection and treatment system. I'll make a motion for that as stated.
I'll second.
Motion been seconded. All those in favor? Well, it brings us to public comment again. Anybody would like to speak? All right, announcements? Okay, we're gonna adjourn this meeting to the executive session with no action to be taken. That'll be all for tonight.
I'll make a motion to adjourn to executive session to discuss litigation.
I'll second.
No action to be taken.
You want to second it? Or you did?
I'll second.
Motion is seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
We set a new one.
Question.